Yes, and welcome back to the 94 Club for your daily dose of country music. Hey, look, this week we've got quite the list to get through. It's a little colder in here, and you can probably hear the rain as well. But we're going to get into the music. So we've got Home Free, Eric Church, KASSI VALAZZA, Tyler Childers, Towns Van Zandt, Zach Bryan, Upchurch, Chris Stapleton, and Kaylee Hammock. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and we'll get into the music for the week. Just remember, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest videos, and please hit that subscribe button. You will join the 94 Club. We would love to have you as part of the community. Anyway, let's get into it. Right, so before we get into the songs this week, I want to try one thing. I want to grow the channel a little bit more. It's growing really well, and I appreciate everyone listening and tuning in and dropping comments. I appreciate it all. But this has all been really organic, so it's just been uploading videos and hoping people watch it and listen. But what I'd like to do, if you really like this song, try and share it with one other person or in one place. So whether that's Facebook, a Facebook group, or Reddit, or Twitter, or Instagram, or whatever. I want to see if we can achieve some growth through you guys, because you do so much for me, and I appreciate it. But hey, let's get into this one. So we are going for, right now, KASSI VALAZZA Dove Song. I really enjoy KASSI VALAZZA. So we're getting into Dove Song now, and we're going to see what we think. So let's just make sure this is recorded. And let's get into it. So it's on Western as Fuck. A really good channel. If you've not checked them out, check them out. They've got some good independent artists on there. I appreciate them. I think they're great people for doing what they do. So yeah, let's go.
Move slow, little dove. Your legs shake, little dove. So fly your feathers home. But brother steer, birds fly without fear. And if birds fly without fear, what name to call my own?
What I think about KASSI VALAZZA, and I don't know specifically what it is. Obviously, she's got an incredible voice, but I think the beauty of her voice and her appearance and her message, it all works together as one, and you just feel like this overload of emotion when I do anyway, when I listen to her. I think she's incredible. The message is actually really nice as well so far. We'll get through the song, and yeah, we'll do that deep dive into the lyrics at the end, but she's powerful.
The wind breathes strange sounds through the trees, yet how I'd like to see what other birds have found. And birds fly, that's something I can't deny. It would be easy to try and easier to fall. Brother steer, are you listening at all?
For me, I think there's things in this song where we're talking about something so small and fragile as a little dove, being strayed by temptation and different things like that are really quite powerful. And Yeah, it's a nice message. Like I say, we will do that deep dive at the end, but I just wanted to pause it quickly and just highlight kind of how I'm feeling a little bit, because I don't think she gets the appreciation she deserves sometimes. I think, or at least the acknowledgement from most people. She's very, very good, and I can see why Western AF have her back.
Dear little dove, have you bothered to ask the swan how the blue that she floats upon won't drag her to its depths? Dear little dove, I was born to the plains, little dove, as you were born to the sky, little dove. It's time to welcome death, now that the other birds have left.
So it is official. KASSI VALAZZA is joining Coulter Wall on my road trip playlist, because that's the kind of stuff I like to drive to. What a really nice song. What a really, really nice song. Yeah, that original song that she'd done before was called Johnny Deere. I really recommend you check that one out. If you don't get time to check out my reaction to it, at least check out the original, because she's very, very, very good. Let her know that I've recorded this as well, because I'm going to drop her a message on Instagram anyway and just tell her what an awesome job she's done. So anyway, let's kind of do the lyrics of this song. I mean, we sort of saw the life of, I mean, there's so many different ways you can look at this song. You can take the whole thing as a metaphor for the fragility of life. Is fragility a word? I think so. But you know what I'm trying to say, how fragile life is. Or you can look at this, you can be really warped and weird and look at this from a narrator's point of view and look at someone actually looking over a little dove, talking about its life. And when we have that welcome death part, which I thought was really kind of, yeah, a bit of a spanner in the works, was like someone thinking about ending the dove's life. So maybe I'm going a bit too warped with that version, but I'm going to take this from the stance of how fragile and beautiful life can be, and how one little dove can actually have so much significance over life, and how we take meaning out of that. So that's kind of my angle on this one. And the beautiful thing about music is you can listen to one song, right? So many different people can listen to one song and take so many different meanings out of it, because it's all about perception and context. Because when you don't have a very specific story, you can start applying metaphors and stuff to things, and yes, you can pull meaning out and change it to suit whatever narrative you want to spin, but I think artists like KASSI VALAZZA are very, very few and far between. I think very, very talented. So let's do lyrics and let's talk about it. So move slow, little dove, your legs shake, little dove, so fly your feathers home. And this is kind of like, can you hear that? I think that's a pheasant. yeah, so fly your feathers home. If you're not cut out for this, or you don't, or you feel like you're too fragile and too delicate for a situation, don't expose yourself to it. Just go home, fly yourself home, because that's what you're good at. But brothers steer, birds fly without fear, and that's quite a nice line. That's a really nice line. And if birds fly without fear, what name to call my own? Yeah, this idea that birds fly without fear is like, I suppose you look at them and you think, even for me, like I see birds on a journey somewhere in that arrow, and they have a formation and a shape of somewhere they're trying to get to. I kind of think, like you almost feel like they've got it so figured out, and I guess in life sometimes we humans probably overthink more than most because we think in words, whereas animals think in emotion. And when we think in words, we technically think in emotion, but when we think in words, we can almost create fear and create emotion. And yeah, it's kind of a crazy thought to have. And I can't believe that, if Evan Felker wrote this song, he'd be saying it's a song about birds and he would leave it at that. But there is so much more to this. The wind breathes strange sounds through the trees. I nearly said cheese. Strange sounds through the trees. Yet how I'd like to see what other birds have found. And this was that idea of temptation for me. And discovering new land, and as one little dove and one fragile being can feel like they need to lead themselves astray just to experience what someone else is experiencing, when actually that might not be your source of happiness. And birds fly, that's something I can't deny. It would be easy to try and easier to fall. That's that easier to fall for me is like the symbolism of depression and anxiety. Like, yes, I could give that a go, and if that doesn't work, I'm more than happier to commit to the demise of that certain thing. And well, I don't know if I don't think she's talking about drugs necessarily, but I think the idea that you can get yourself addicted to something that can be your demise is pretty strong within this message. Brother Steer, are you listening at all? And yeah, that's like, are you paying attention to what my message is and what I'm saying? So verse 3, dear little dove, have you bothered to ask the swan how the blue that she floats upon won't drag her to its depth? And that's, from the outside, you see something that doesn't look like it should be doing well and shouldn't be staying afloat almost. And we're symbolising that through the swan, and the swan looks so majestic on the water. And you look at it and you think, oh, how amazing life must be. And how are you not sinking? And I guess that's like, you can trawl through Instagram and social media and you can think people's lives are perfect. On the surface, they're on Instagram, they look really well contained, and you're like, oh God, how do you have life so well put together? And actually they don't. So behind closed doors, there's a whole nother thing going on. I was born to the plains, little dove, as you were born to the sky, little dove. It's time to welcome death, now the other birds have left. And that's like, life doesn't go on forever. When you get attached to people in life, and something I think about quite often, there are specific people that I really often think I wouldn't be able to live without in my family. And people aren't around forever, and it's sad. It's a sad fact, and that's why I think people feel like when they're ready to move on, because they kind of lose everyone that they love, and it's kind of a depressing thought actually. So I'm hoping the next song is going to bring some joy when I listen to it. But yeah, she's a beautiful songwriter, a beautiful voice, and as well as being very attractive as well. But no, she's a very, very good artist, and that kind of doesn't really take away from anything. Her voice is unbelievable. Her ability to write a song is unbelievable. I see a lot of Coulter Wall in her actually. I don't know what you guys think to that. Let me know. But yeah, real talent, and I kind of think over the next couple of years we're going to see her name rise and rise and rise and rise. I think she's incredible. But yeah, let me know what you all think. And, you know, as always, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button to join the 94 Club. We'd love to have you as part of the community. And hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest videos. But for now, that's me. Thank you. Peace.